And welcome back. It is now Sunday, May the 14th of 2017. Next time Kim Jong-Un launches a missile, he could be in for a big surprise. The U.S. military is placing plans to intercept future ballistic missile tests from North Korea. From military.com, the distinctive missile telemetry ship MV Pacific Collector is in port at Aloha Tower, possibly for a key upcoming ballistic missile defense test. The 393-foot ship, with twin domes housing 24-foot antennas, is owned by the United States Department of Transportation, Maritime Administration, and used in support of U.S. Missile Defense Agency missions. Spokesman Chris Johnson said the agency doesn't usually talk about assets used in a missile defense test until after the fact, but did confirm the next flight intercept test of the ground-based mid-course ballistic missile defense system is planned for late May. That test will be the first time a ground-based missile interceptor launched from California attempts to smash into a threat representative intercontinental ballistic missile in its mid-course over the Pacific, the Missile Defense Agency said. 36 ground-based interceptors, a number increasing to 44 this year, are in place in Alaska and California to theoretically defend the United States, including Hawaii, against nuclear missile attack. However, a Pentagon Weapons Testing Office rated the $40 billion system in December as having low reliability. For $40 billion, you better get it working. That's crazy. The test will be closely watched to see whether upgrades work at a time when North Korean ballistic missiles are being test-fired on an accelerated basis. Admiral Harry Harris, whose parents must have been comedians, head of the United States Pacific Command, recently told Congress that North Korean leader Kim Jong-un is clearly in a position to threaten Hawaii today. Vice Admiral J.D. Syring, director of the Missile Defense Agency, gave his assessment of North Korea in April of 2016. In addition to the TAPCO-Dong two-space launch vehicle ICBM, North Korea is developing and has paraded the KN-08 Road Mobile ICBM and an intermediate-range ballistic missile with a range greater than 3,000 kilometers, Syring told the House Armed Service Committee. Pacific Collector was stationed in the broad ocean area northeast of the Hawaiian Islands for an intercept test on June 22nd of 2014. The ship processes missiles telemetry primarily in the mid-course and terminal phases of flight. A ground-based missile fired from Vandenberg Air Force Base in California successfully knocked out an intermediate-range ballistic missile target launched from the United States Army's Reagan Test Site in Kwajin Atoll. Well, that is impressive. Even though the $40 billion system doesn't even work, judging on what we've seen, that's still impressive. Breaking. United States just sent an unsettling warning to Russia. From the Associated Press, the latest, U.S. says Russia should be worried about North Korea missile launch. Japan, United States, South Korea discuss threat. While considering North Korea doesn't have the ability to take on any one of these allies except maybe South Korea. And not only that, they've threatened everybody from the United States to Israel, so I wouldn't be surprised if Russia ended up getting threatened by them too, because their leader is going completely insane in the face of regime change. The latest, Japan, South Korean leaders discuss North missiles, Seoul, South Korea. The latest on North Korea's missile launch, all times local, 12:30 p.m., Japan's Prime Minister Shinzo Abe. It is quite crazy how enemies of the current would be allies in the future. Not necessarily that's the way it's going to go for everybody, but you look at Germany, you look at Japan, you look at Korea. These were people that we went to war with eventually, and now we're the greatest of allies. I would like to see the North and South Korean Peninsula get united once and for all. Because the people in the North are really suffering under the tyrannical government, even though they call themselves a republic. Bit silly. Unexpected turn for teacher who got fired for giving student a Bible. Our forefathers would roll over in their grave if they seen what is being done to Christianity. A substitute teacher who was fired for giving a student a Bible after the student asked for one has gotten his job back. FoxNews.com reports the student later inquired on several occasions about the origins of the quote. He showed the student the verse in his Bible, which led the student asking for a personal copy of the Bible, and being a good get-in, Mr. Tutka gladly supplied the child with a copy. It did not seem to matter to the school district that the student had asked for a copy of the good book. First Liberty Institute took on Mr. Tutka's case and eventually scored a victory with the Equal Employment Opportunity Commissions. They agreed that the school district had discriminated against Mr. Tutka on the basis of religion and retaliation. This is completely insane. In America, you get people that hate you because you believe in God. You get people that hate you because you want the country to become great again. It's completely insane. Like Trump will come out and say, "Make America great again." People will say, "Well, I don't agree with that statement." Well, what's not to agree with it? Do you wish the destruction of the West? I think subconsciously they do, and some of them consciously do. But they can't ever admit it, can they? But we see it in their actions. And on the eve of the First Liberty's deadline to file a federal lawsuit, the school district agreed to a settlement. That means Mr. Tutka can once again be a substitute teacher, effective today. Well, that's excellent. I love a good feel-good story. We are really pleased we accomplished the mission we set out to achieve, restoring Walt Tutka as a substitute teacher in Phillipsburg. First Liberty Institute Hiram Sasser told me. We always knew Walt complied with all the school district policies and federal laws. The EEOC agreed, and now Walt is returning to his service to the community in Phillipsburg. Well, God bless him. God bless America and God bless Trump.